VOD. Hello. Hello, VOD. Hello, Jess, and hello, Cyrus. And thank you for the 3-month sub streak. I appreciate it. Hello, Sultan Games, and hello, Annie, and Sasanori. How's it going, everybody? And Riley, oh my gosh, it's so lovely to see you all. How is everybody doing today? Oh my god, climb is real. Dude, everyone's showing up. Oh my gosh. So chat, I've been doing a lot of building these days, actually. Dude, you guys just fucking pulled up. That makes me very happy. I appreciate you all. Thank you for pulling up today. So, what mischief should I show you guys? Finally could get to watch the stream. Usually on my GTNH run those times. Well, it's lovely to have you. And Annie Pendragon has asked me to drink water. Oh, how is everybody doing today? So check this out. I am up to some building projects. I wanted to spice up this area because it was looking kind of lame. I have an idea for like a stairwell here. But I've added this like verticality to the QFT area that I'm actually really digging. I like dug out a little bit of circular stuff. And one thing I want to do is like reinforce this building and make it look a little more, because it's all glass right now, so it doesn't look very supported. So that's one of my goals today, is we have a little building goal. I also want to finish the last 2 QFTs in there. But I have some updates, I guess. The Eye of Harmony is currently at, what is this, 9 astral arrays, which is my number, obviously. It's the good number. It slept until almost 8:30 p.m. and we're doing 256 parallels on it, which is crazy. Hello, Hollow. I'm in the second to last craft. Gate tomorrow. Congratulations, my friend. That's huge. Another thing that Hollow told me that I didn't realize is that the Deep Dark, while it has all of these resources that it gives you, it also gives you a fuck ton of every single plasma you use for Catalyst. And I was like trying to solve a bunch of resources that were going into plasma for Catalyst. I didn't realize I should just put the Deep Dark guy in. Look at this. 160 billion sulfur plasma, like every single one of the big plasmas, even radon plasma, we have so much of. And that's just from Eye of Harmony processing, which is really impressive. So, if you're at this stage in the game, do not sleep on this. That's what I will say. Yeah, so Hollow is getting gate. Ming got gate the other day. I think someone else also got gate that I'm not remembering. Was it you, Jess? And then, okay, what else? Lovely. Yeah, just got gate the other day. We're kind of on a streak. It's kind of crazy. But okay, so the big thing that I did today, other than the building and all of that and the astral arrays, is I made the UXV component assembly line casings. And this is the last tier. Oh shit, I should have saved this and took a picture of it. Alright, I got the snipe screenshot. This tier is the last, and what it unlocks, excuse me, I'm gonna have this recurring cough, like the sickness is coming back for some reason, but what it unlocks are some very cheap recipes for these very expensive UXV components, so I can finally go crazy on a couple of things that I've been meaning to get after. So let's do the honors right here. I'm gonna set mode exchanging, edit replace whitelist, set block that. Grab this. I didn't realize this earlier, but you can middle click a block with matter manipulator and it'll set the block that it like puts down to that block that you middle click, which is really a very useful feature. After Hollow in 9, who else is the closest? Ooh, that's a good question. I think Kirby is on his way. Who else? I guess Hyena's team. Alright, let's exchange this real quick. And let's pull all of our UXV recipes. Where are they? Where would they be? Not there. Hello, Mr. Nibbles, and hello, Old Man Potato Aim. How is everyone doing? How are you two doing? It's lovely to have you today. Clive is real. I just started my GTNH run. Took me 36 hours to get the first LV circuit. Wait, wow, that's really... Is that not quick, chat? Climb is real? I feel like that's a very quick time. That's pretty impressive in my book. Close to gate. I just got to get some planks and sticks. Okay, so I need to address this, chat. I have been running out of the funniest shit ever. So, okay, I want you guys to look at this. This is something we're going to address today. 6 astral arrays. We want like 43 in the end per Eye of Harmony. This requires 26 billion lubricant. And somehow we are actively running out of lubricant. So that's something we are going to have to solve today. I think it's so funny that we keep running out of like random shit like this. Also, I don't know what's up with celestial tungsten plasma. I'm not even going to worry about that. Yeah, and tau-ceti seaweed extract. We've got plenty of stuff to worry about today. I'm good, chillin', work on witchery for biome potion. That's huge. I kind of enjoyed witchery, I feel like. But I know I got carried by a chat who like taught me how to do all the witchery stuff. So that probably helped my perception. And I have a weird idea, which is because only some of these component assembly lines can pick up the UXV recipes, I wonder if it's worth it to make it so that UXV recipes are prioritized above all else. So only these 2 coals can hit those recipes. If you didn't know, cribs do internal input priority, so this will be prioritized after this. And so it goes in like reading order. So UXV would be prioritized, then LV, then so on. It's kind of interesting. 128 dangotes. Okay, we've got some strats for this. I'll reveal all once we get there today. And not doing good, just finished out grinding out 6 bricked blast furnaces and 20 coke ovens. That is some serious RSI. I don't know what RSI is. Just rushed all necessary quests to get the LV circuit. Just want to start Twilight Forest. That's Chad. That's Giga Chad right there. Gaming injury. Damn. And hello, Ziu Mrao. How's it going, my friend? First time chatter. How are you? Thank you for the follow. I hope you're well today. What tier are you in Gregtech, and what's your how much fun have you been having? Is it none? Is it a lot? All right. Getting all of these into coals gives me a 75% resource save, which is fucking huge. Especially with how slow Universium is, which is like the main thing. Alright, this feels a little wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. Pump. And robot arm. NEI auto-crafting makes RSI a thing of the past. That would be true, actually. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I just have AE2 auto-crafting, so not to flex or nothing. Spam the Cobblegen to clay loop. Ooh, that's true. There's also the Clayconia, the Botania flower, that I don't remember if it was good or not, but I remember that Vin and Kat got that online on our Vanguards run, and I think that's really interesting. I really love Botania, so I gotta rep Botania wherever it is. Alright, there we go. So, let's see, how expensive is that? Alright, we do need to program some new stuff. Shouldn't be too hard. More sass? True, I do need to make more sass. Oh, you know, speaking of more and stuff that I've been up to, I'm in your Discord already. I posted those clouds photos a few weeks back. Lovely. Well, it's nice to see you here. So I 8-hatched and multiplied my mixers because I was so fed up with them. So this is the this is the block of mixers. There is damn, how do we calculate this? There is 624 per row times 4. Oh god, can I do basic math? 96 8-hash UMV mixers in this stack because I'm tired of this. And then another big thing that we fixed was the cutting machine bottleneck. I don't even know how to calculate this. 1632 times 6. These ones are only 2 UX or UMV hatched, so they probably need some energy love. But yeah, these are 192 of these cutting machines, and it's still a bottleneck. It's still a bottleneck, chat. It's horrible. All right, let's get this. Let's get these patterns in. My power just broke. Oh geez. Oh geez. That's got to be not good. 48 at a time. Let me think about that. 1024 seems right. They're using it again in their twist loop too. Oh, well, okay. If they're using it again, then I think it's probably very good. I would trust Kat and Vin on that. They know what they're doing. One thing I want to do is look into, so UMV unlocks a new type of wireless, or actually UXV. Man, I'm in UXV. So there's, excuse me, the regular run-of-the-mill UXV wireless energy hatches. There are the like multiples, the 64 energy hatches, which I'm thinking about, but they also make UXV laser hatches. They go all the way up to, I think there's like a 16 million one. Oh yeah, look at this recipe. That's fucked. That is 100 million, 100 billion, 100 trillion, 9 quadrillion EU per tick throughput. Is that not crazy, chat? I don't even... that's... What? Why does that even exist? Is my question. But you know what? So, what I thought we would settle on is the 16... 16K amp laser targets and then do wireless with that. And I think that's probably our best bet. So we want to make some patterns for this. I'm thinking about this. Maybe we go for the 4K for like most stuff. Like the electric, we need electric implosion compressors and prasses to be multi-amped. I'm trying to think about this. What is that? 2 trillion? Oh, we should. Okay, all right, we'll do 4K because I'm feeling cheap today. And that can just be multiplied out to 16 at a time. 9 quintillion. Oh, I missed 3 entire orders of magnitude. Lovely. I need to fix depleted knack and then I'll add 4 more assassins. Dude, I have actually been having a terrible time with depleted knack. I am not enjoying depleted knack. What do we do here? I think the least painful solution actually, maybe we go immediately for UAALs to make this faster. I don't know. There's so many things in question, so many upgrades we need to make. I'll just leave that there for now. We'll put this down for circuit 3. That'll work. UXV wireless. And I need to do some scanning here. So the first thing we need to do is actually get the UXV laser to scan. God damn, that's a huge fucking recipe. And then what? For one laser? That feels a little fucked. I'm just going to scale the shit out of my refineries. It's actually more of a bottleneck than magneto-hydrodynamically constrained star material. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think if they allowed knack refineries to subtick, that would be really nice. But they can't, which causes some problems. Okay, so that's one of the things that I want to get going. There's a whole nother like slew of upgrades that I have to do. But let's go check on our checklist here. When will auto crafting go to Great Britain? What is GB? Oh, gigabyte? Oh, we've been gigabyte for a while. I have 8 EB. I don't know what EB is. I'm EB. Hello, Nova. Oh my gosh, 6-month streak. Hello, how are you doing? How is your world going? So, okay. QFT rework, we're almost done. UXV COAL, we've got. That's good to go. Alright, we just waiting on some nanites. So, in the meantime, I do want to make one big upgrade that I've been meaning to make for a while. We need to do some hot swapping of lasers, which I always hate. I made some UMV 1 million amp per tick lasers, which is fine for now. But now that I'm thinking about this, why don't I just wireless laser this? Instead of like fucking up the entire spine. I gotta think about this one, chat. Good, good. Just finished up my Binny's genetics work, working on getting a whole list of bees. Lovely. 31 bees to go. Jeez. Holy. Okay, another thing that I want to do, which I think is a good use of our time, is I'm going to use this new area that I have over here. Let's go to geometry mode and set everything to air. I need to get lubricant, as you saw earlier. I am running out of that, which is really sus. I don't know why, but I've been told a couple of different things. One of them is to look at the brewery recipe. So I've been getting heavy oil from my space pumping stuff, which I'm doing great. We got 4.5 trillion. There's a couple of different ways you can turn this into lubricant. What I was recommended was this. With the brewery, but I don't think it's industrial enough. The other option is distillation towers. And I actually set something up the other day and we're still going negative, which is crazy. 30 to go, double counted tungsten. Okay, well, only 30. I mean, that's easy. That's just easy. It's not, can't even break a sweat on that one. But yeah, here's that. Not enough fluid output space is a weird thing to say. Let's go check on this. I'll probably decommission this. What's going on here? Channels connect to any side. Is it just that I actually haven't been getting the outputs from this the entire time? Because that would be crazy work. Oh my god. Okay, well, I know I know why that wasn't as effective as I thought it would be. Okay, so it turns out we don't have a problem. There's another fucking 25 billion. No, the dang goats are good. What failed was me. I failed. I failed, chat. So if you guys are wondering what's going on, the lubricant is all stored, it's all cached in my output hatches, and I forgot to connect the stocking input bus to every side. So that one's 100% on me. I thought that would be good enough, and I was actually right. Okay, we've got 100 billion now, just from sitting around. Okay. I take it back. We don't have weird problems. I am the weird problem. Oh, that one doesn't have an upgrade chip. What's wrong with you? Yeah, there you go. Let me just triple check for upgrade chips, because who knows what I was thinking whenever I set this up. Zoom Riao is saying, you're right, currently playing Nomi and I don't know, something feels off. Are you just not being tortured enough? Like, is that the problem? Do you crave more corporal punishment? Is that the problem? Okay, we're all good. No more alveoli breeding and the perfect production bee. Just select the right traits, splice them onto the larva, and breed one more time to get what I need. I need to learn how to do that. I think we're past the age of bees at this point, but I would love to learn how to do something like that. The left one is wrong now? I'm scared. What do you mean the left one? Which left one? I yearn for punishment. I think everything seems to be good. All right, so we won't be breaking out the distillation towers or anything. When you finish, will you eventually restart? Would love to see the early game. I'm thinking about a Garden of Grind run, if that counts as early game. But yes, at some point, I will take a little bit of a break to like rest and recoup and all that stuff. Oh shit! I totally forgot something. That's a UXV recipe, right? So we need a UXV energy hatch to do that. No point in canceling now, right? Just let it craft. All right, with that done, I have been meaning to fix this horrible, horrible thing we have over here. These mega vacuum freezers are just not doing it for me anymore. So I have a couple of solutions for that. I can't believe I haven't broken this out before, but there is a tier 2 mega vacuum freezer. And all it does is allow you to give it space time to give it one more perfect overclock. And I mean, this is fine. We've got several billion space time from Eye of Harmony, actually. Eye of Harmony makes most of our space time. It doesn't really say much, but upon recipe fail, space time, you get space time out of your Eye of Harmony. So that's new. Use Eternity. It's so free for 3 overclocks. That is kind of true. I haven't fully passived Eternity yet. I kind of need to do that. So for now, I'll just do a small upgrade with the space time because it's free. Because I'm not really having huge problems, but let me try to think about how big I want this though. So currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably fit 6, 7, 8. So let's craft 3 of these. Frost-proof machine casings. Oh, not 100 million, although I could do that. 100k is probably fine. And then we want infinity cooled casing. 384 times 7. That's pretty free. That's pretty free. Gives you a crazy amount of Shearbon. That's true. I do need some Shearbon. I remember you saying you would love to try E2E or something. Leaf, my friend who initially got me into this, is a big E2E fan. But I'm not sure if I don't know. We'll see. Is cryo freezer a thing? Yes. It's just severely outclassed. At this point in the game, it only gets 4 parallels, right? Yeah, it can't cut it at this tier. I don't think the cryo freezer is ever super meta, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I do have Eternity like semi-passive. We'll fix some things as we go. I just want to make a quick upgrade, and it'll be pretty easy to plug in Eternity once we're done with this. Okay, all of our casings are miraculously already done. So I'm gonna crack this open, and I'm just gonna delete all these. Feels a little weird. Oh my gosh. Oh, hello. It's not quite ready for that. And, wow, that looks a little funky. I want to redo the subnetting on this. There's a couple of things we can do. Let me turn off our maintainers, just so that nothing goes wrong here. Cryo freezer is immediately outclassed by MVF. Yeah. Did they buff it in 2.8? That would be nice. I would take a buff. That would be fine by me. All right, so our outputs go here. That's all good. The real question is, do we wall share at all? I don't feel like it's worth it. We might for channels. But one thing I wanted to do is I saw something really interesting about input priority. So I want to set that up. So basically, the idea is I have these like slow ingots that, these harmonic compound ingots. It's this one, Melian from Creon and Harmonic Compound. It is the slowest recipe, and it clogs all of the rest of my recipes. And I have this really shitty solution where I have an I/O port that occasionally takes out all of the items from the subnet and just like holds them for a second every like 13 seconds, and that allows the MVF to do other recipes even when we have Creon and Melian. It's just such a janky idea. Don't actually do this, but I will be retiring this. All right, pop this out, pop these out, get rid of that. E2E has normal AE2, so the game requires you to automate using this smeltery, and it just gets annoying. I can't say that you're selling the pack for me, my friend. So the way I want to do this is a set of subnets. I don't need actually many. I think we'll only do one layer of priority. What I will do, so we'll do this dual interface storage bus. So we'll store all of the items and liquids. I don't know if we want to do items and liquids. Maybe we just do items and hold the liquids in the main storage. I gotta think about this. It's a very complicated setup to like puzzle out. All right, so we'll get some cells here. Just to let's make things simple. Get multi-fluid. 2, and then grab 2 of these. So this will be our main vacuum freezer net that will get auto pulled from. And we want to deliver all hot ingots to this subnet. So I'm going to take this card. It's on high priority. What is this text? I'm hoping I can copy and paste this. And then here's what we're gonna do, actually. Here. Interface goes here. Neutronium cells go here and here. Storage bus with the card goes here. Paste all that. Perfect. And we're gonna put this on highest priority. So we basically want all hot ingots anywhere to go into this. That's like the classic thing that everyone does with mega vacuum freezer, or vacuum in general, I think, is the idea. And then I guess we can just cut to the chase here. What we can do is deliver our recipes to this as well, but we make a dual interface. Pause, chat. I'm thinking. Let's do this the clean way. Oh my gosh, hello everybody. Sorry. Hello, I'm here to lurk as I'm about to watch Love Island, but I'm here to watch my favorite late night streamer. Hello Aditya. Thanks for popping in today. I appreciate the lurk. How are you? How's Questbook stuff? At this rate, most of Witchery Rabbit Hole, I'm going to be most of the way done with MV before I finish it. That's kind of the vibe though, right? Because you want to be kind of an HV for all the stuff that you gotta do. All right, this will be my hot ingot down here. Let's redo this. Perfect. Priority as high as humanly possible. And we'll do I Gotta think about this. So I think what we want to do is storage bus items that are like harmonic compound related. So it's just this harmonic compound should be stickied to here. And this will be our second layer subnet. So pop that in there. Cable goes here. That should work. And then we'll set this to insert only. I am being very indecisive here about a lot of things. I think I just need to like make a decision and let it go. I haven't encountered anything that requires HV yet, just a bit of stainless. Yeah, the stainless is the thing that will get you. I guess that is technically MV though. All right, we pop in the cable here. This one is our nothing actually. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Storage bus, card, priority 9999. Hit that, there we go. That's what I want. And then, yeah, here's my vacuum freezer recipes. I'll put all this away. I do believe there's input priority for some of these recipes, but I don't really care. Let's move all this. I wish I could sub, but there aren't much methods to do it in Vietnam except for using cards, which I don't have. That's okay. I appreciate that you're here. Chatting and being present and part of the community is more important to me. So I'm glad that you're here, and I appreciate the thought. If anyone wants to gift a sub to Zoom Real, I'm sure they would appreciate it, though. The no ads is really nice. Okay, so items. Let's request Melian. Oh my gosh, and Hollow with the tier 1 gifts. Thank you, Hollow. Very cool. Much appreciated. See, this is why I love my community. We all hate ads. It brings us together. So, a harmonic compound is stored here. We should probably have molten atomic separation catalyst, which doesn't have its own vacuum freezer recipe, which is good. So the only time this works is when they're combined, which means a couple of good things for us. But let's finish the automation here. Let's do the auto pull stocking bus. 10 ticks, recipe check on change, that's fine. Nova says, beat me to it, supporting the community. I didn't know you could ad block Twitch. Okay, you're gonna have to teach me about this, Zoo. I'm not gonna lie, I hate ads on Twitch. As much as I love supporting people, I think the ads make up like such a small fraction of the actual revenue that I get, and I'm sure it all goes to Twitch. Thank you, Hollow, by the way. I appreciate that. Are you on the nightly versions that have those modified Creon Melian recipes? Huh. I feel like I use uBlock and I feel like it doesn't do what I need it to do. Interesting. So what we're going to do here, because we're storing this in one direction here, this subnet can't actually view the harmonic compound yet. So what we're going to do is get a cable here with a toggle bus. I don't know if we use inverted or regular. We'll just get both. And then, excuse me, emitter. Level emitter. I'm going to connect this up to this subnet. Oh, we don't want both of those connected. And what we're going to do, we want to expose the contents of this network to this one. So, do this, which doesn't work. Pause, pause, pause. I'll fix this. I'll fix this. Storage bus here, set to extract only. And you're probably wondering, why are we doing all this if we're just going to show the contents? Well, we are going to show the contents conditionally. The condition is if there are any items within our main crafting subnet, we want to shut off access to these items. So because there are no items in here, let me put something in here. As soon as this turns on, we only see this. But if I take out these cables, the emitter should oh, that's the reverse toggle bus. Wait a minute. I don't even know how to set this thing up now I'm thinking about it. Would this work? Okay, you see harmonic? I put this in, and you shouldn't see harmonic. Something is awry, chat. Oh, a little dink water for the cough. Cheers, Nova. There's two different versions of uBlock. Make sure you have orange or origin. Oh wait, then I'm confused then. Okay, so we had this priority system, but as soon as it sees harmonic compound, then it's not happy. So how does this work then? I need to figure this out. There's a tips and tricks thread about this. I think I ran into the same problem when trying to do this last. Input priority system. Primary collects all inputs, passes them through filtered storage bus on the second and third. Make sure the input goes into an interface and not directly into a chest, as that will place the item in the chest regardless of filtering. To pass from first to third inventory, it has to pass to the second. Okay. Filtered emitters will emit a redstone signal as long as there are any items in the inventory. And once it is empty, they allow the toggle bus to turn on and channels to pass through. Does this mean I have to reverse the order of which this happens? So see how it's like flicking on and off, or at least you'll see that the item like flicks on and off. So the problem is, as soon as items enter, the level emitter senses that there are items and turns off its access to the storage bus. So what I'm wondering is there a way we can do this that doesn't have this flickering problem? And logistically, I'm not having any good ideas. Does anyone have any good ideas? Because we want it to be like, okay, as soon as there are items, stop showing Melian. What is the condition that I want to eternally show this? I mean, this would be awesome if I could just, like, inverter card this. Like, as long as everything, I sees everything but Melian, but I don't think I can. I could do a timer-based lock, which is kind of sus. But I guess this isn't the worst thing. This isn't the worst way to have this, right? Even if it's flicking on and off my subnet, it's like showing up, that's something. We'll see about this. I'll think on this for a little bit. More emitters? That's kind of what I'm thinking, but we'll have to double down. We'll see. All right, the other thing we need to do is actually upgrade this to tier 2. we're going to do set mode exchanging, edit replace whitelist that, and set it to air. That way I keep everything, all my IO, and then we'll get our, oh gosh, we only have one of these, two of these. And it's unhappy with me. Why are you unhappy with me? Oh, that's a really annoying reason to be unhappy with me. Anyway. Hello, Jenkins. Could you filter it so that the item goes in its own bus and that bus gets checked? I need to think about what you're saying here. Oh. Oh, so instead of connecting the subnets, oh, we connected to one more net. Oh my gosh, that's actually genius. Wait a minute. You're cooking. I actually really like that. That is really smart. Okay. Hello, Mjolnir. How's it going, my friend? We can probably, okay, I'll just keep the terminals. It's probably fine. What's going on here? What is the idea? So, we want to storage bus from both of these. That should be fine. And then, yeah, then we just do a storage bus here. Oh my god, that's perfect. All right, look at this. You are actually a genius. So as soon as I put items in this priority net, everything cools down. But as soon as I take this out and like finish the craft, then the low priority ingots get shown by the subnet. Oh my gosh, you solved it. Congratulations, that was really smart. We'll do extract only. What do you recommend for a beginner entry level MIDI keyboard? That's a great question. I have an Oxygen 44 and or a 49 or something. It's a little 49 key, has a lot of MIDI sliders, and it came with Ableton Lite. Dude, I'm going to be using this from now on. This is so clean. I love this. Okay. So here, I'll show it in action in a second. Let's get some cable and route this. I don't really know where I want to put my terminals. It feels a little bit awkward to like slap them in. Maybe we can put the outputs on the top and like double wall share these. There's no like unawkward way to do this, I feel like. I guess this will hold. This will hold. Learn new tech within minutes of being here. You'll have to thank, what's his name? Lazy something? He made a tips and tricks post about this, and that's what I was following to get here. I have tried systems like this, but I never put together the subnet. The third subnet is really the key portion to this that I just did not think about, which is really smart. So congratulations to Jenkins for figuring out the puzzle. That's actually, that was very helpful. All right, here's my output net. All right, let's give this a testeroonie. The other thing I need to do is provide this. What do I need to provide it with? – spacetime for a little perfect overclock action. could do this a couple of ways, actually. I could expose spacetime to this subnet, which would save me a couple channels. Are we dying for channels over here, or are we kind of good? 15? I think we're okay. And now the nightmarish part is I need to power these. So do I wait for the UMV wireless lasers, or... Let's empty all items. I totally forgot that the first thing we have to do is shove this in this old poor machine. This is going to be circuit 3 now. Let's just craft like 10 of those just to be sure. Maybe that's him. Honestly, I straight have no idea what you did or how storage buses even work. I haven't gotten that far, so that solution was all you. All right, let me give a recap then. So instead of having this network shut down as soon as it sees anything, we have a third network to deal with this, which allows, so this network, whenever there are items within it, like if anything that needs to be crafted, it will be prioritized by this third network. And it shuts down this level emitter, which gives access to this first level network. I guess I should reverse all of that. So this is like the level 0 network. But then you'll see in a second, this like low priority ingot pops back up, which is perfect. How long is that going to take? 65 seconds? I can live. I can live. I understood all of that. Let's fucking go. Huge. That's actually tech. Okay, let me go do research here. That's a beefy research, actually. Normally I insta-complete these. Hello, Dizilai Kosed. Dizilai Kosed. You're gonna have to correct me on my pronunciation of your name. I'm sure I got it wrong, but if not, hello, welcome. How's it going? Set mode copying, mark copy. We'll copy this whole thing. Get rid of these. Well, actually, I kind of need part of that. Let's put these two down. That all works out. Let's get rid of these active transformers. I think I've made up my mind. We're going to do wireless here. And I'll probably tone down the amount of power that's going to these because 4K UXV is no fucking joke. That's like a couple trillion. But I think we can just change that with a... What's it called? Screwdriver. Looks super useful for multis that need high uptimes like DTPF. That's a good way to do DTPF, yeah. Hello, Loose Screw 37. How's it going? It's nice to meet you, my friend. And thank you for the follow, Nikolech. I appreciate it. Pulsey Plays popping in. Cheers. So the matter manipulator at a certain point can uplink to your ME system and pull items out of it. And that's the tech I'm using today. It's very helpful. Very, very fucking helpful. Edit transform, copy Y1, mark paste. So I'll show you. Here we have 2,304 infinity cooled casings. If I paste this little thing here, we now have 1920. So it does actually like use up your items, which is why it's so fun. It's so good because it's not like World Edit that is like strictly creative. It actually uses items, and that's why I like it. I haven't used World Edit yet in this world, so it makes me happy. Wow, is that fitting perfectly or what? Holy shit! You can take a little appreciation of the spheres. I also want to know what outputs am I using here. Oh, I don't know if I have enough of these high item cache thingies. Let me tone it down a little bit. 134 million. Uh-oh. What's going on here? I also think I just messed up the copy paste, so that's another thing we might need to fix real quick. In that case, edit transform copy A y plus 1. Oh yeah. That hurts a little bit. Do we fix this? Yeah. That should actually save us a couple blocks off the top, which is probably for the best. Oh my gosh. Mark Stack, how I love you. Set everything to air. Oh gosh, let me in. Can it also request all the blocks in a multi-block to craft? Oh gosh, let me in. Yes, it can. You can plan things. You can make like crafting plans, which is really powerful. So if you copy something, I can show this. Aditya's video does a really good job of showing this. Aditya made a wonderful video on this. But basically, if I make like a copy of something, let's just make some like abstract copy here. I can do planning, plan all manual. And it creates a plan of everything that you have copied, and you can just order it, which is so helpful. Like you can copy huge swaths of multi-blocks and just make a plan for it. Don't even think about all the stuff that you need to craft and just go crazy. It's so nice. Set mode cables, this bad boy. Let's connect all this up. I'm kind of scared to see the channel usage, but we'll be okay. One thing I do want to do is turn these off because they do not have power. So as soon as items come into this, we are actually screwed. We probably power failed something then. How did we not power fail this harmonic compound? This is auto pulling. I wonder. Shouldn't we be able to do this recipe? Oh, where did our atomic sepcat go? Oh, I totally forgot something. So I need to actually expose fluids to this network as well, which is actually fine. This should be pretty easy fix. We'll get a cable here, a cable anchor. I just looked that up twice. I totally did not need to. Let's do this quickly. There you go. Oh my gosh. Any Pendragon with a prime sub, 5 months. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you, Annie. You've been here thick and thin. Annie is my Discord mod now, so Annie's the one. Annie's the person. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna subnet the output of this, which actually might be harder than I think it is, because I need to expose spacetime to the subnet, but I guess it's not that bad. One for each finger. I don't know where I was going with that. That's kind of cursed, Annie. I didn't think you were going anywhere with that, but now that you say that. Alright, instead of using whatever 32 channels, let's try to knock this down to a cute 3 channels. And what I'm going to do, we want one item storage bus and two liquid storage buses. This one is going to extract only spacetime. This one is going to insert only everything, and this one is going to insert only everything. And then we just need neutronium energy cell and some cables. And that should be free. That will reduce our channel usage by a very large amount. And I think that's fine. Let's check on the spacetime over here. No spacetime to be found. That might be, one sec, let me do this. $43G. Okay, we actually do see the spacetime on the subnet, which is good. All right, so that looks a lot more complicated than we started with, but hopefully that should actually be a good thing. The last thing we need to do, now that we've researched our UXV 4096 wireless laser, is we need to grab the data stick, which is this bad boy. Chuck this in any random one of these data hatches, which is actually a pretty hard choice, I'm not going to lie. Maybe we'll do it there. And we need to make a crafting recipe. So, what diabolical things is it asking me to craft? That actually looks really fucking cheap, all things considered. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie, chat. Oh, we already made a pattern for this. What am I doing? Oh, how many freezers do we have? Do I actually want to do all of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something. Let's just make. Can't go wrong with that. Fucked up the recipe. Next sub anniversary, you're going to need to grow an extra finger. Damn, what the heck? What the helly? Missing Dyson Swarm Module Deployment Unit Superconducting Magnet. Yo, my bad. I'll just go fuck myself. Okay, let's pick up this pattern. Sorry, I was being dramatic. Yeah, an entire active transformer goes into this. I actually have been crafting a lot more active transformers than I'd like to be. Pico circuit. And let's just multiply this off the rip. I don't want to be dealing with all that. I'll just throw this into here. UEV, yeah. Well, I don't want to wait. UMV, here we come. Fuck it, we ball. Alright, what's the worst thing that it's asking me to craft? Not much, honestly. We're kind of surviving, all things considered. Well, if you make more lubricant, but we actually. Wait, what? Oh. Damn, I don't know if I can respond to that legally. Alright, 1. Let's do the counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's a good number. I like 7. Where the lubricant is caching, yeah, that was a moment. That was a moment. Luckily, I do have this. Actually, I did make a singularity cell for this because I prepared for this. We have a lubricant singularity cell, so it's not going onto our mainnet. Chat, what is everyone's favorite number? My favorite number? I don't know if you guys can guess it or anything, but Oh, I also wanted you guys to check this out. I've been working on this on my own time. We've got Flynn's Arcade is coming together. If anyone wants to make open computers like arcade games for me, That would be kind of hype. I'm not gonna lie. If someone wanted to program some Open Computers games, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I've got everything going. I've got like the upstairs section. I'm working on the basement here. It's all a work in progress. But remember in the Tron movie when like the Tron arcade game like swings like a hidden door and he goes into the basement and then finds the thing that takes him into the grid? Well, that's going to be my Stargate plan, which I'm very excited for. So I got to finish all that. But I did want to show that off real quick. All right, are things crafting? Okay, we've got 2 of them. We've got 3 of them. All right, let's go. Let's fucking go. This is huge. This is monumental. So that's 2 trillion EU per tick, which I'm not quite comfortable giving to a vacuum freezer. So let's see if we can do something about that. Let's try 256 amps. That's kind of low, isn't it? Maybe 1024? 500 billion? Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. Holy shit. Goodbye. Smelting problems. Alright, so the atomic sepcat should have gone through, and it does. Lovely. So you just saw the priority system work there very quickly. It was hard to catch. But I guess this would be more easy to see on a larger craft, which we won't be doing today, I don't think. Going to do a Heil on its side to zap you into the grid. That's actually a really cool idea. I'm not gonna lie. I quite like that. But no, we will be doing exactly what we gotta do. Alright, so we have a max tier recipe over here, which is what we've been waiting on recently, which is this magneto-hydrodynamically constrained star matter. There's 2 recipes for this. There's the cooked recipe, which is all of this stuff, which is UXV, which means 2 UMV hatches. And there's the less cooked recipe, which is half as much and requires max tier. So we're doing 2 4096 amp wireless UXV hatches, which I understand may be a little bit of overkill, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah, I forgot about the nanites. That's embarrassing. Man, this is an expensive craft for some reason. Oh, it's because the nanites. It's always the nanites. Okay, that's going to be the death of me for the rest of my life. 2 trillion EU per tick each. I'd rather do more with fewer overclocks, you know what I mean? So we'll fix that soon. And our UXV wireless are coming through. 4096 UXV. So there's another thing that I wanted to do with our newfound power, no pun intended. There's a couple of things. I think I'll address the first one, which is the black hole compressor. Vacuum freezer rework is in the way. UXV, implosion, UAAL prass, yada yada. I guess one thing we could do right now is give one of these to our prass and give this like, I don't know, 256 amps UXV seems not ridiculous. And then we can move all of these terrible recipes into our prass. That should work. Anything else that I gotta grab over here? Input hatch UXV, output hatch. Input is 1, output is 2. I should probably know that. Perfect. When you upgrade to Eternity, it should be a pretty good speed upgrade. Yeah, I'm sure. I do need to get that passived, and we could work on that today, actually. That's not a terrible idea. So, let's quickly do this. I want to rework the circuit for this specifically. So, I'm going to have to debug my entire, whatever I did to make this happen. And we're going to go through this again and check it out. Oh, lovely. Good timing. I don't know why it decided to ball. So this timer, this state cell is on 85 seconds. Okay, so this timer turns on for the first 85 seconds. If there are no items, which is what this AND gate is, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this? Then we don't do this circuit. This is a 19-second timer to turn off the black hole compressor. 2439. 2339 black hole toggle. What did I do? What is this? 2399. Oh, okay. This turns off recipes a little bit earlier than this. Okay. So we want to provide this with more space time. How does this work? So stability decays by 1 per second. The decay can be halted by inserting 1 liter per second of spacetime into specific hatches. Every 30 total seconds saved by spacetime insertion will double the cost per second. So we can do 30 seconds at 1 liter per second. I should get out a piece of paper for this. We could do 60 seconds at, what would the total be? Because it would be 1 liter per second for 30 seconds, then 2 liter per second for another 30 seconds. Would that just be 1.5 liters per second? We could do 90 seconds as well, which would be 1, 2, and 3. How do I do the math on this? Am I dumb, Chad? Wait, this would be 2 liters per second total, right? No, because it's 4, not 3. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 4. 30 liters, 60 liters, 120 liters over 90. 180, 22, okay, so it would be 210 over 90 liters per second. Okay, that's probably what I want to do here then. And this is happening 11 seconds before the thing closes. 79. Stargate plates are crafting. Congratulations, Hollow. You're free. Alright, 1 liter per second. We want 210 over 90 liters over 20 seconds. That's not accurate. 2.33. It doesn't allow us to do marginal amounts. Let me think about this, because I can do this with ticks, right? So 2.33 is 1/3 plus 6/3, right? So 7/3. Oh, chat, I can't math this out. 6/3 over 20 seconds means, or 7/3 over 20 seconds, 20 ticks. 7 over 60. Is it that simple, actually? Can I just do 7 over 60? Why isn't it allowing me to do this? 7 over 60. There we go. Okay, genius. That might be enough. Let's give this a try. Let's just order like 50,000 eternal singularities, because that should be pretty cheap for us, and we'll see how the machine handles this. So you'll see that because there are items within the subnet, there's space-time in here, that this AND gate turns on, which means that this timer can turn on, and I think it just tripped, which means that these singularities are going now. And you'll see in the bottom right, as stability goes down, the maximum parallel increases. This only happens at 50 and 10% stability, or is it 20% stability? You'll see. I want to see how effective our space-time extension is. I like how these are happening in 10-second intervals now, though. That's much more predictable than before. I think it was like 20 seconds. Okay, so you'll see the max parallel goes to 304, which is a little bit awkward because it takes 10 seconds for the machine to catch up. I was hoping we could overclock it below 10 seconds, but... Oh, crack is in knuckle crack. I did that without even thinking. Oh my gosh, did you guys get my knuckle cracking ASMR? Alright, now we have 600 parallels to work with. As this hits 15% stability, it should shut off. Something is wrong here. It's probably voiding recipes here. Huh. Well, I can just auto hit it with the black hole cancel. That's weird. What did I do wrong here? So, let me review what's going on here. Because these AND gates are on, these state cells should be on, and this black hole stabilized should have enabled spacetime to be imported into this input hatch. Use machine processing. Oh, it's at 7 and not -7? That is the stupidest mistake I have ever made, possibly. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay, the black hole is now off. I can turn that back on. And when the timer hits, we should start another recipe cycle. We'll have to wait again. Damn. It's a really dumb mistake to make, I feel like. That's my bad. This should be viewed. This should be rocking a recipe right now. Requires an active black hole. I guess we went out of order here somehow. Let's see if this fixes itself. It should have triggered this black hole seed for all I know, but it doesn't seem like that's the case, which is fine. Let's go see if it does it on a timer restart. Should just be a 60-second timer. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it should be more. Unless I fix that somehow. 2432. 2439. What is this? Black hole on. Ah. Maybe I did fix this. Okay, so the black hole is on. For some reason we're fitting at spacetime, which is not good. That would actually mess things up. Alright, chat, we will have patience and watch. 76%. You'll see in the bottom right, the stability is like slowly going down. That's what we're looking for. We can appreciate the black hole animation. I actually really like this. I like how it kind of bends past your event horizon. All right, we're at 34%. Why is it stabilizing now? That's not right. Dude, all sorts of things are wrong with this. So this state cell should have waited for 85 seconds before we turned on this next thing. I'm not sure I quite... Excuse me, I'm not sure I quite understand why it didn't stabilize later, but I'm wondering if that's just like a current clock thing that's just going on. Let's see if it turns off correctly. If not, I will debug this on my own time and we'll just fix this later. Actually, I'm thinking we should anyway. There's too much mumbo jumbo going on over here. I wish there was an update that requires you to build some sort of safety field for this multi-block. That's a good idea. That would be kind of cool. There's also the semi-stable antimatter stabilization sequencer, which would be funny if someone was saying if you fly into it, it should explode your entire base because you're colliding antimatter with matter, which would be very troll for a very little reason. But I kind of like the idea. It is a black hole after all. That is true. It is, after all, a black hole. All right, so the collapser went through. Timer's going to take its time. That's fine. What else do we have to UXV wireless? We've got most of everything. Oh, that's a UMV recipe? We do need 192 UXV hatches. Ooh, we can do this, chat. Low key. All right, I'm doing it. We're doing it for circuits. And then I guess I can spend my last ones on my mega freezers. Let's set up 3 for now, and I think that should be more than enough. BART works. Actually, chat, that's kind of cheap. What the heck? Am I crazy? We might be good. We might be good to go, chat. I'm not gonna lie. We're looking pretty set up. Back freezer rework. I'd say we gave it a good thing, and we're good to go. I don't know if there's anything else I want to do today. I think I had a good. Okay, I had a good stream. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'll keep crafting out UXV energy hatches and stuff for random stuff. I'm just happy that we made this progress today. This is really good progress that I'm happy to, like, I'm very stoked about, because a lot of these things unlock some... Oh, you know what? There's one more thing I should do today. Before I get off, let's get the Space Assembler Mark III and get a couple of these crafting. We want a couple of things. So this thing, I want to show you guys the difference between... So Mark I Space Assembler runs at UHV with 4 parallels at max. Space Assembler Mark II runs at UIV with 16 parallels. The Mark III runs at UXV with 64 parallels. So this is like a gigantic upgrade. This is like, I would say like probably 16 times as effective per space assembler. I wouldn't actually be able to tell you, maybe 16 to 8 times as effective. So huge. So I actually, yeah, I really think we should get that going. I'm not gonna lie. Was this UXV energy hatch a UXV craft? Yeah, it is. We'll just suffer through it, I suppose. There we go. Space assembler is going somewhere. And let's make a pattern for Space Assembler Mark III. This is a UXV craft, 120 seconds, and I need to do a quick calculation on how many of this I want. Shouldn't be too bad, but we'll need to do some stuff. Yeah, you will have to explain to me why we're sympathizing with Bart. I don't hate him as a human being at all. I think he's probably a lovely human being. I very much dislike his dev philosophy, in my opinion. Anyway, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3 slots. We'll need to upgrade all of these motors, and we've got 6 space assemblers. I did make a pattern for these motors, so how many per space elevator? We need 88 of these motors, so let's do 88 times 6 to fit all 24 of the... Whoa! Okay, Universium screws. Okay. Let's program that. So 88 times 6 full space assembler thingies. Let's order that out. That actually is a very chill craft. What Bart are we talking about? We're talking about Bartworks. So Bartworks makes a lot of things that are a little bit diabolical. Here's my favorite example. If you are looking, how on earth are you supposed to get a rundum? And you actually need this pretty early on. Right now, it says check plate recipe in forming press. Before this update, you did not see that. But, you know, let's say you're looking for a rundum. All right, let's look at a couple things. A rundum ore, the only thing I see is space mining. It doesn't spawn on any planets. Let's check dust. Maybe there's a crafting recipe for the dust. There's no macerator recipe. There's no centrifuge recipe, no recycling recipe that I can think of. So you sit there for a while, you're like, okay, so I can't get a rundum until space elevator, right? And then you see this wonderful fucking recipe. 1 arundum plate for 8 raw silicon plates. Mind you, you'll never have to have raw silicon ingots before now, and a tiberium plate. Now, what the fuck is this recipe? This is the only way to get a rundum at the time you need it. This is like a snapshot into the philosophy of Bartworks. There are so many more things. One of them is the Xenozine, this whole Xenozine thing. So this biolab is a Bartworks thing. Or it's added via Bard mistake, but what I don't even know if this was him, but these recipes literally do not work unless you put them in the order that they are in NEI. If you put this penicillin in the first slot and the petri dish in the third slot, it literally will not work. There's so much Bartworks stuff. Bart was a developer for Gregtech. And I have no hate for Bart himself, but I do believe some of his dev things are just a little cooked. Some of the things that he devs just make me very unhappy in many ways. All right, we do need to research this next tier of space elevator motor. I think that's why it's stuck. So let's pop down here. That's I have harmony. Oh. Excuse me, chat. I am so sorry. This cold is just like still kicking me in the ass somehow. Let's just swap that out there. I don't think I'll ever need the tier 4 motors again. I'm gonna switch out my music because I'm not feeling this no more. Wonder how GTNH dev would go if there's no AA2. GTNH dev would not even exist without AA2. Straight up. I cannot lie. Okay. We also need, we have 6 space elevators. We're going to do 24 per. So that's 144. Space Assembler Mark III. How does that look? Oh, 35 million Universium. Okay. And tau-ceti seaweed dust, which, oh god, I should do that as well, shouldn't I, chat? I should really get my operations in order. Let's make these patterns here. Pico circuit. Ultimate circuit assembler. That just feels mean. Oh, seaweed extract. Imagine still using chests. He can do next run? Wait, what's up? Alright, let's chuck these into here. Actually, I should probably alternate them, right? So that way 2 of these molecular assemblers aren't going at the same time. Pop this in here instead. Alright, we should solve the seaweed issue now. It's pretty easy. Let's pop this bad boy into here. I think I could just tier 4 this with GTNH. Okay, that's fine. That'll work. A2 less run is impossible. Oh my god, dude, it's getting so bad. I think I need to stop stream soon. Sorry. There's someone who recently came back to the game who's doing that, actually. Azu Pocket Cat something. I don't remember their name. They're at like ZPM now, and I don't think it's possible to progress much farther than like UEV without AE2. Yeah, EUH pretty much requires AE2. It might be possible to just recycle all the material outputs with voiding and then like take the Universium through big output hatches, but that's so incredibly cursed. Okay, let's turn all these bad boys off. We can just disconnect this from the net. I'll disconnect this as well, and this is kind of ancient. We'll IO port this back in. They're just going to use subnets into storage bus into GT pipes. Huh. That's actually, I kind of believe in that, honestly. I kind of like that. I kind of don't hate that at all. Alright, we've got some algetic promoter catalyst. This is the recipe to get our tau-ceti seaweed extract. So let's stock up mithril and seaweed. And unknown liquid, which we totally have. Oh, we can just pump this. That's okay. And then we do need to connect these. I do believe I kind of cabled this up. I could use the wireless. I don't want to waste that yet. So we're gonna go old-fashioned. And by old-fashioned, I mean UHV plus tech. What's their bulk storage? It's drawers. They use Java drawers. It's so fucked. It is so unbelievably fucked. I respect them for the grind. I would never do a no AE2 run. That is just something else entirely. Yeah, Java barrels, same thing. You know, well, actually, Java barrels is probably worse because no drawer controllers. Not that that would help entire. Well, it probably would. All right, drive. Let's go head over here. Oh, hello, please. What are our outputs to this? So we have tau-ceti E seaweed, funny ass looking dude, seaweed broth, and iodine. Yeah, I don't really give a shit about any of that. Let's order some of those. We have 2 of these for tau-ceti E seaweed extract. Let's do the void cards. Do they make videos on this? No, but they should. That would be such a market, I feel like. Doing GTNH without its most powerful mod would go so crazy. How are we doing on my singularity cells? Alright, while we wait for some of this stuff to craft out, let me pop back over actually to the black hole compressor because I do want to debug this. Alright, let me just XQC moment. I do want to look at the look at it and see if it's actually doing what I think it is. I mean, it seems to be right. So it should be going positive on spacetime for now, and then it'll eventually run out. This actually looks kind of promising, chat. Let's check the levels of spacetime, because this will tell us everything we need to know. So, as soon as this starts decreasing, that means that the cycle, the providing cycle is over, or at least we're getting close to it consuming 4 liters per second. All right, yeah, now it's consuming 4 liters per second. So we're on a timer here. Should be the last 30 seconds about. That should work out perfectly. We might need to give it a little bit of excess. Chad, I don't know about you, but that looked perfect to me. Oh? Oh? Okay, okay. The black hole collapses. Let's go. Oh my god, wait, I'm actually impressed with myself. I'm so impressed with myself. That actually worked. Okay, and then whenever the timer comes on next, we're good. Okay, let's fucking go. Everything's golden. I actually quite dislike the BHC. I don't like some aspects to it. I don't like how I think I'm going to have to make a couple of them because of a couple of things. There's a couple of recipes that require you to do very specific amount of time. And I don't really like that. Like, I think it's like some several 100-second recipes that allow you, make you have to dedicate a black hole compressor to a specific recipe. I'll be getting there soon. But I don't really love that. Okay, there we go. Our sticky carded cells for this. Items first. We just need to connect this to mainnet. Oh my god, kill me, please. Put me down. Oh. Excuse me, chat. I am okay. Everything is going to be okay. Oh, fuck. Have you ever wondered why a literal Stargate would need mincemeat and seaweed? No, I have never wondered that. And actually, that kind of makes sense to me, in a way. You know what I mean? UMV, let's give this 1024. No recipe found. My ass. Oh, because I disconnected the seaweed. Okay, okay. That's actually kind of valid. Oh, exactly where I need to be. So this is our our seaweed net. Dude, we're actually going to need to get a Zhuhai fishing port, actually. Holy shit, I can't wait for next stream. We're going to be Zhuhai fishing port pilled. Because we need to supply this with seaweed, and that's the only way to get it. Okay, let's disconnect all this riffraff that we don't need. I'll deal with this later. I don't want to deal with it now. Plates crafting for the last 6 AAs and gate crafting. We get gate tomorrow. Lovely. Good fucking shit, Hollow. Dude, I feel like we've come a long way. Because I remember Hollow and I met, because back in ZPM, we're both asking about universal auto crafting. And ever since then, Hollow and I have just been like locked in. Hollow has been very helpful in teaching me a lot of stuff that I did not know about, like random processing stuff, which I'm also very thankful for. Okay, that is a lot of seaweed. That is so much more than we were making prior, and that should be pretty much solving all of our problems. Shit, did I just empty beeswax? Oh, hello. Let me take that back real quick. I'll give you a new tip. You can greenhouse What? Dude, actually, wait, that's fucking fire. We'll have to invest in that later. I guess I could just put this beecomb thing in my bee subnet and just forget about it. This is so cursed. There you go. All right. Tau-ceti seaweed extract is not coming through. The crowd exchanges confused looks. What's going on here? No cached anything. Oh, because we're only making 648 extract per second. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Oh. Alright, let's give it the old plasma razzle dazzle. You can see that already like kind of doubled it. Circuit 2. Living solder props. Wait. I got shield on. I'll give you, you still use Zuhai for that one lithium chloride thing. Oh, isn't that the, no, that's not the fishing port. That's the algae pond, bro. For lithium chloride? Which one is that? Dude, you know that this shit is just absolutely the most horrifying thing when I cannot tell what the recipe is. There we go. MF, I'm in hell. Wait, what's up with living solder, Annie? MEBF sharing muffler hatch instead of glass. It really does keep getting worse. Oh my gosh. Okay, that doubled our seaweed extract. Let's see if we can increase our catalysts. That's probably gonna fucking cost an arm and a leg. Yep, that ate 40 million Shirobon, but we're kind of tanking that. We kind of live. Alright, I'm gonna cancel this and just let it go through. I'm kind of scared about these blocks of eternity. Like, what's going on here? Oh, I think I voided them with the BHC accidentally. Oh, shit. Or... they're still there. We're good. We're good. We just gotta wait for the BHC to do its little thing. One thing I can do is quickly remove this so it does that recipe, and then pop this back in, and then we're good to go. Lovely. Hello, Ghost Sean. How's it going, my friend? Can I ask an AE2 question, or is that not allowed? That is absolutely allowed. I am like the Gregtech AE2 guy. Of course you can ask a question. And thank you for the follow. It's for 120 AE2. I might not be able to answer, but I can try my best if you ask. Okay. That's fine. How are we doing on unknown liquid? 5.8 billion. Are you the guy I see on YouTube? That is entirely possible. I may or may not be that guy. Yeah, my name is Tens. My name is Tens. That's who I am. Retired Valorant player, Tens. That's me. Alright, anything else pressing that I need to do? Let's see something. Let's see if we are now hard stuck with astral arrays, or if we fixed all of our bottlenecks. Oh, we're actually so close. All we need to do is wait for this seaweed extract. Dude, life is good. Didn't he unretire? I have no clue. I have no clue. You know what? While we're here, because I think it's funny, we should set up a growth simulator for the seaweed, just so we don't run out of it. I don't want that to happen. I'm feeling okay. You know, we might as well. Oh, and, you know, speaking of a rabbit hole. Hello, Yawan. How's it going? I don't post anime intros, but I do make Gregtech videos. I hope that helps. Alright, we can use UMV wireless covers on these because I don't want these ever power failing again. Oh, hello. I mean, that probably works, but I'm not going to take a chance. Okay, we're good on that. There you go. All right, I can retire this poor little thing. So my antimatter takes a lot of energy to the point where I'm like right on the brim where I need to upgrade it because our time to empty is under 5 minutes, which isn't actually true. Our time to empty is right over 5 minutes. So if you guys don't know, wireless energy will rebalance. It'll take in enough energy to last for 5 minutes. And currently we've got this, I think it's a UIV capacitor in there. What does that do? 100 million, 100 billion, 100 trillion EU per tick, which crazily enough is not enough. Wait, that doesn't seem right. 100 billion, 100 billion. Huh. That is a crazy amount of power draw. I guess we're making a profit of 200 trillion or like 280 trillion, and then we're grossing 160 trillion or 180 trillion. That's crazy. But yeah, basically the antimatter takes a ton of energy to stabilize. And so I had this hooked up to the same capacitor that antimatter was, and I accidentally drained the capacitor, fucked up all of these neutron accelerators, and had a horrible time trying to figure out what was wrong. Also, the question is, when I'm shift-clicking stacks into my inventory and it fills up, overflow won't go into my system. I'm sorry, what is the... Can you repeat the question there? So when you're shift-clicking stacks into your inventory and they overflow... Oh, like from crafting. Oh, wait. I can simulate this. One sec. I gotta find a crafting recipe that I can spam, though. Low-key. Not that one. We got 1 gazillion sticks. Oh yeah, this is it. So let's search up Certus Quartz Pickaxe. So in my version of AE2, it doesn't do that. If I like spam click this, it doesn't go into my network. I don't know if that's changed on 1.20. I feel like that was something that I felt like I was missing when I came from Nomi Factory to Gregtech. So it's entirely possible that that's like a thing. It might be. Thank you for trusting me with your question. I don't know. In modern, it doesn't do that in my experience. Interesting. Yeah, so if you want to do auto crafting, you've got AE2. I would just set up molecular assemblers. These are the big boys. But yeah, set up molecular assemblers, get those auto crafting. I I don't think there's a good way to overflow directly into the world. Alright, this music is a little loud. I think I have achieved everything I wanted to, with the exception of the seaweed. Oh my god. Okay, we're already at 4 million seaweed, so maybe I do need to make this. Let's get a couple stacks, shall we? I think that's 16 stacks. Growth simulator. Extreme industrial greenhouse. Okay, locked in. Let's get this algenic growth catalyst over where it's got to go. Should increase our efficacy. Oh yeah, 5,000. Yeah. When I use 60 quartz out of my 1 trillion. Yeah, I don't think we'll be hurting for quartz in a long while. I think we'll be okay. All right, what cursed subnetting shit did I come up with here? Let's do mark copy, planning, clear manual plans, plan all manual. Water? No way. Okay. Let's do this. Ignore missing craft mode. Setting it all up for me. Lovely. Alright, fertilized dirt. Wait, we have fertilized dirt. Oh, we just don't have hoed fertilized dirt. Okay, my bad, my bad. Fertilized dirt and water. Okay. That I can live with. I can live with that. I do like how storage is handled late game in GTNH. Storing outputs on subnets is super nice. Yeah, I mean, in order to keep your sanity, you kind of need to do that. And I'm actually losing a little bit of sanity because there's so many different items at this point in the game that I need to keep track of where I stored them. And I had some like not perfect practices for storage previously. And instead of debugging all of that, I think we're just gonna let it ride and see what fucking happens. I think this is the point where I just need to like tough it out to gate, essentially. Okay, let's pop this up here. I hate how this is set up, but we can... Alright, Hollow, are you lying to me? Do we need a seaweed seed? Oh, shit. Seaweed seed. Dude, that's new. Hollow never lies to me. I just act like he does. Is this the easy way to do this? No. Am I doing it this way? Yes. You just copy and paste this, but have all the items on AutoCraft? Yes. So if you've never played GTNH before, this is a feature that's coming to 2.8 called the Matter Manipulator. And it connects automatically to your ME system and pulls items from there. So good. I'm about 2,000 hours deep, my friend. It's a whole thing. We're reaching the end of the game, essentially. Oh my gosh, please, please. How did I even place it over there? I'm kind of impressed. Alright, no explosions yet. That's good. This is connected to the main net, or subnet. Let's make a thing for this. Singularity cell. Shit. Huh. Void overflow card. Seaweed. Pop that in right here. Pop it into our subnet and just let it rip, I think. I don't know how fast this is going to go. Configuration operating. Yes. That's slow as fuck. What the hell? Okay, wait. I can fix this. Oh shit, and we even got our UXV wireless already. Damn. What were we waiting on for the space assemblers? Oh my god, 50 million Universium. Jesus Christ. We could probably do a couple. Isn't Endgame at 3,500 hours? No. That is a common myth spread by, I think, Regian, I think is the problem. I actually like Regian videos. A lot of people in the community don't like him for what he's done to the perception of Gregtech, which is kind of understandable. All right, 210 UXV wireless energy hatches, and I'm going to let this rip. Exchanging mode. So we have some circuit. Fuck, I'm dying, chat. We have some circuit assembly lines. Oh, and they have perfect overclocks. Oh my god, please kill me. Basically what that means is when we replace these, they will literally be going 4 times as fast, which is where we want to be. Let's hope all of that forms and has no problems. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to go around and wrench these. Oh, no. Oh, Lord have mercy. I guess I'll figure that out on my own time. Hello, Riley. I'm doing okay. My sickness is kind of coming back. I'm feeling a little feverish today, honestly. I don't really know why it's hitting me again, and it feels really shitty, but I'm alive and I'm streaming and I'm with you guys, and for that I am very thankful. I'm very happy to be here. I have really thought about it recently, and I'm going to miss streaming on the grid with all of you. I'm going to take a little bit of a break after this. I'll probably come back and do some other stuff, but this is a really special experience, and I'm very thankful for it every time I log in nowadays, so thank you for popping in. How are you doing, Riley? Stop dying for 100 points, or 1,000 points. Cheers. What do sticky card and overflow card do? Good questions. So a sticky card makes sure that the only storage location is, oh my god, this is a perfect amount. So it makes sure that the network only stores items on a specific location. So anything that I filter with a sticky card, the only place that can go on that network is that cell. If that cell were to fill up and I didn't have a void overflow card in, the output would actually jam and it wouldn't be able to deposit items onto the network at all. So that's the reason I do the void overflow, which is kind of stupid and redundant with a singularity cell, which can store whatever that is times 8 items. That's way more items than actually exist in the game. I'm good. Putting on a new set of nails right now. That sounds lovely. It's Pride in DC tomorrow. I was kind of thinking about going with my friends if I don't feel terrible. My favorite nail polish is I have a oh god, what is the color? I have a periwinkle nail polish that is absolutely my favorite. I'm pretty much Canadian in spirit, but no, not British Columbia. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5, 20. Would that cost an arm and a leg? Yeah, let's do it. Who needs an arm and a leg anyway? Alright, so we have a lot of crafting progress or things to do. I'm gonna let that craft overnight. I might assemble this without you, because this has been a pretty big bottleneck in my base pretty much everything depends on those space assemblers for all of my circuits. So I am actually very happy with the day. Remind me next stream that I do need to add energy hatches to these MVFs. Which I should actually just, well, I'm missing a couple anyway, right? We need to make a lot more of these energy hatches. Anyway, let's go raid somebody. I'm happy with our progress today. This was good. The set of nails I made myself, and it was my first time trying it. That sounds lovely. Thanks for the explanation. I'm still a bit lost, but if I actually try it in-game, I can figure it out. Sticky cards are huge. They're like pretty much ring 1 priority. They help you make exceptions to ordict cards. So if you have an ordict card that's like send everything. Oh my god, hello. Yep, I'm looking at you. Okay, here we go. So I don't know why I did that. We're in ore processing now. I have ordict cards to set specific items, like types of items, to specific places. And you can do higher priority or whatever. But the way to guarantee that an item goes somewhere on a network is to use a sticky card. So I sticky card all of my exceptions, like the things that don't go where they should go. And that's like one way to use it. Black nails would kind of fit with me, yes. All right, anyway, chat, let's call it here so I can get some rest and do my best. Let's find someone to raid. Is anyone playing tonight that we know? Let's see. Gris is playing. Incubo TV. Lots of Russians. Let's give Physia a raid. I feel like we've been raiding Grizz a lot. But yeah, thank you for pop. Oh my god, my hair looks fucking marvelous today. What is going on? I'm looking cute as hell. Dude, maybe this sickness is good for me. Anyway, let's go raid Physia. And while we do that, thank you for joining me. It is so lovely to be with you guys all the time. I am going to miss this when the grid is over, but we'll start new things. We'll do new things together. We'll go on new journeys, and I am just so thankful that all of you are here today. And yeah, today was a fun stream, as per usual. You guys always make it fun. Let's go raid, and so much love to each and every one of you for stopping by and making my life just a little bit brighter. And yeah, be kind to yourself and others, the normal stuff, and do your best. And that will be enough for me. And I'm the only one who matters, so that's enough. And let's go raid. Peace, everybody.